Welcome into my hobby room. I'm LJ, and today we're going to do a 3-2-1. Yeah, that's right. We have one paper pad, two punches, and we're going to make 3 cards. Stay tuned. See how this turns out. I saw someone else do something similar to this, and I decided to give it a try. This is using the paper punch with the other punch. There are 2 punches, and this is what it makes, depending on which one you use. You can see here, you can make the bigger one with the bigger inside, the smaller one with the smaller inside, or you can even make the smaller one with the bigger inside, which is what I did here. So it had very little of the background. But what I want to do today is make it with the smaller one with the smaller background. And I want to see how that goes. So what I thought it would be nice is if we made it in kind of springtime colors. I just did this to show you. Springtime colors. And I have one paper pad here, and I chose colors that I thought if they were mixed up, because I like to mix them with the background, I thought that looks nice. If you mixed any of these with any of these, they should look okay. Plus they're in a paper pack, which is supposed to say that. Now the next thing I'm going to tell you is, I don't know the name of this paper pack. This is what I have left of it. I think it was a free paper pack, like orders from, wherever, and you get this free paper pack. So that's all I can tell you. So I've got these that go on top. I made those, and the card bases. And these are the card tops, the part that we're going to make and then put on top of the card base. If that makes any sense. All right, and these, I don't know if you can really see these. They're kind of hard to see unless I put them up really close. They have words. They are sentiments. They're small, but these are small as well. So what I thought I would like to do is make 3 cards and then use some of these as the sentiment on them, and maybe even add one of these, and then maybe even a second one for the inside of it, which I think would be nice. So we'll get to that part later. First, I have to do a lot of paper punching. So let me make some piles of paper punches and bring you back in. I don't think anyone wants to see this. I don't even think I do, but here I am. envision this to be looking like. I just set these down and kind of played with them a little bit. We should be able to get 2, maybe 3 out of them. It might be the third one might be a smaller one. And that would probably be good because I've got 2 bigger images and then 1 smaller one. I really don't want them to take over the card because I think this background kind of is the star, and I don't know that I want to do... I gotta glue all these down. As you can see, it took a little while to do that, and it's going to take a little while to glue them all down. So let me go glue them all down, and then I'll be back to talk about what we're going to put on top of it. I do like this one, but look at that. That one will take up 2 whole, the ones in the middle, 2 whole ones. So maybe I should put something, if I'm going to put it in the middle or on the side, maybe I should put one that I don't like so well and didn't spend so much time on. If I do it like this, it's going to take up, but if I put it right in the middle, it'll wipe out these guys and you won't see them. So maybe I should put, like, you know, a couple of these ones I didn't use and use them there, just so that... That's not a bad idea. I think I'm going to do that because these I spent a lot of time on and they're pretty. I don't want to waste them if they're not going to be seen. So it might be a good idea that I saw this now rather than later. And maybe I won't even put a little guy in the middle because by the time I put them on foam, put it on foam, then it'll stick up just that little bit and it'll work out well. All right, that's a plan. I like that plan. Okay, I hope I'm not going to regret this. So I did, maybe I should put some around here. I think I'll put a little pink. It's a very light pink, but I think I'm going to put this, just whatever's on here around it, just to give it a little bit more. Pop. And I want to put it right here. I think that'll be fine. I do need to figure out exactly how far I can go before I hit the other edge there. I think I can do 2 across. I think that'll work. I might regret this one not being one of those. But I don't know if I regret it enough to take it off and redo it. Or, you know, add it or whatever. I think it's fine. Yeah. So, Simply Beautiful put on the front of something. It could be anything, right? Like a thank you. Inside, you could be happy birthday. It could be just thinking of you, have a nice day, whatever. It's a very generic sentiment. And that's what I was kind of looking for. A little generic. Now, I think I said before how much I like putting an extra little dollop of glue on here because, one, it just makes sure that it's stuck, which I don't think this needs it. but I do think it needs some moving time just to make sure I can get it somewhat centered. I mean, you know, just a little bit. I'm thinking that's pretty good. All right, I'm going to leave it like that. And that's going to be one of the cards. Okay, on to the next one. So far they're coming out pretty good. These are just the card fronts. I'm not putting them onto a card back, but I could pick whatever color I want. This is really sturdy right here. But I could pick whatever color I want to put it on. So that would probably be white, but so far I'm happy. And I would put one of these in the middle. I mean the middle, inside. Like maybe hello. So the last one, these are really hard to see, but there's some good ones in here. I had it upside down. That's how hard it is. I'm trying to show it to you and I can't even see it. One of them is, You Got This. And then you can give it to someone who's doing something hard or something that may not be easy for them, and you can encourage them. So it's an encouragement card at that point, right? Keep going. You got this. Which one? Keep going. You got this. I think we're going to go with You Got This. So what's nice about this is you can just cut this out. And you could just sit and cut one of these all out at one time and then look through them and see which one you want. I like doing that. The problem I have with that is then you have a bunch of little pieces of paper you have to look through. I'm not sure exactly. What I've done in the past, which I have liked, is cutting like strips. So it'd be like, you know, 4 rows. And you can look through those until you cut one of those apart, and then there goes that. But this one's pretty good. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the same blue around it. And this was, I believe I used tumbled glass for this one. So I'm going to put tumbled glass around this to make it kind of match. I think that'll make them go together a little bit better. And then that can go there. It's very subtle, very subtle. Super subtle. It's not made for people who can't see well. I have to send this to someone young because older people won't be able to see it very well. All right, one more little grid here. So I cut this out, put it on a pink backing, and I think we're going to put it right in the middle right here and pop it up. And I think by popping it up, you'll be able to see some of the ones behind it a little bit. I think that'll work out pretty well. We'll see. Don't want to count my chickens, you know. My chickens sometimes have already hatched and I'm counting them over here and it's not good. Ends up being bad. They say, don't count your chickens before they hatch. I wait for them to hatch and then it still comes out. Sometimes. But sometimes it works out just fine. So let's put that on here. All right. I'm going to use this because I like the way it put it right in the middle here. I think that'll be good, and I can cut this off a little bit more here if I need to. I think that'll be good. All right, so we still have a few left. But I don't know what I'm going to do with those. They'll probably end up going into my to be used later drawer. And then later I'll be like, what do I do with those? So here's our 3 cards that we made. Card fronts, I should say, because we did not finish them. We made 3 different versions using 2 punches and 1 paper pad that I don't know the name of, but you got the hint. Using just a punch, 2 punches though, a paper pad, I was able to make 3 different cards and have just a lot left over yet, just a lot. You can see another card just sitting right here. I just would have to do it. And it's a little time consuming, but if you look at it more as, again, I'll put some of these on the insides, and a little sentiment. For this one, Simply Beautiful, I might put hello friend on the inside or something like that. I appreciate you as a thank you just waiting to happen, right? And then bloom could be an encouragement card or anything. Hello spring. You know, I like the hello spring idea of sending it to someone saying, hello spring. That seems like a fun idea. So I hope you got some inspiration from these cards and maybe some ideas for what you can do with just very simple tools that you have in your craft room. Thanks for joining me today. Keep crafting.
And dance by the light of the moon.